SAL's Tube. I'm Lisa,
I'm Jenny.
and we're
And
the Shady Tree Stitchers.
Stitches.
We've worked out we have a delay in our video, so you always get that little bit of a delay. Thanks for joining us. It's Sunday, the 8th of March 2020, and we're here to share with you our cross-stitching progress and news. So have you had a busy week, Jen?
I have. I've had a busy month since I've been on last.
Has it been a month?
I haven't done a whole lot of stitching. There've been a few storms, so I've been busy with SES. I've had a few family weekend things, and yeah.
Hey, you
and
got
if I'm
some
driving,
done.
I have got a little bit done. But yeah, but some of the family weekends, if I'm driving myself, even if it's a 3-hour trip, I can't stitch while I'm driving.
Nope, you cannot.
No.
All right, well, let's start with my whips then today. I had a really quiet week comparatively for me. In the Myth and Magic Stitch Wars, we got killed, and that was really good timing because I also had a big life week this week with my husband having a procedure. He's all good, but it just meant I had to spend time driving. My son didn't get his swimmers to the carnival, and then he got a splinter in his finger, so I had to drive a 2-hour drive to go and get him from the swimming carnival and bring him home one day. And just like Jenny said, when I'm driving, I can't stitch. So I did stitch every day though, which is good. And my stitching counts are between 212 and 936, which is nowhere near up on last week's stitching, but still pretty good. So what have I been working on? Homework, weekly homework for Magical Stitches and Gilling's Island. So my Hawk Run Hollow, Village of, which you remember I'm doing on 40 count. I've worked on that for quite a bit. It previously looked like this. And I did so far about 800 stitches on it, so that it's now looking like that. It was my goal to get that block finished in February, so that hasn't happened yet, but this is on my list to attack today, so hopefully I'll be able to get some more done on that. But I'm really liking the way it looks, especially on my hand-dyed fabric, so that's really good.
Yeah.
So that was my Hawk Run Hollow. I feel like I've done like 50 billion projects again, although I tried to really minimize them. I worked on my, I'll show you this one, my fairy tale. Now I'm going to try something new for our video. See, there it is. See, now you can see what I'm talking about. So I started on this shelf here. When you see my project, you can see that I've got these books and this little archer done. So previously it looked like this here. And I worked on my fairy tale not a lot, 251 stitches actually, which now looks like that. You can see that book and that archer starting to form. Now a whole bunch of greenery is what I've been working on. So I was enjoying working on that. And that one was, I think, because there's a snake in the snake in the pattern somewhere for one of the homeworks. So yeah, I worked on that one. And I also worked on my Animal Kingdom Haid. So my Animal Kingdom Haid, oh, it's not going to show me where it is. Hold on. I have to flop around with that for a second first to be able to get it up. There it is. Let's try now. Joys of technology. Here we go. So there's my amazing Magical Kingdom bookshelf Haid. And this one was definitely to do with there being a thing of water. And it was to do with, for Magical Stitches, I dressed up as an animal caretaker and something that you would hear during a parade, because you would hear different animals that were in the parade. So I'm up in this corner up here, at the starting point with the ape. Previously looked like this. And I worked on that for about 548 stitches, but it was really exciting to get into different colors.
Ooh, there's orange.
Yes, there's orange and purple. So,
new book.
and that's the corner. So working through, yes, getting that all done. So that's where my amazing animal kingdom is up to. So working on 2 heids, again with Pattern Keeper, this is so easy. I also did a little bit of work on my Hogwarts SAL from the Cunning Cross Stitch SAL because it previously, well, it's probably not really worth showing you the previous because I really didn't work on much. So I'm not going to bother. I'll just show you. I coloured in the yellow in the H.
Yeah.
That's all I've done. So I'm way, way, way behind on this, but I am enjoying it. I just, haven't got it prioritised at the moment. But that one was because it has at least 3 parts. So I need to do 200 stitches on it. So I did 212 stitches. But it is on my list to come back to. And then I did some work on my We Are Human SAL, which looks like this. So that's what the pattern actually looks like. Really, really loving this one. And I'm down here and I've just been working around here. So I've only got this corner to go and then the whole thing will be finished.
Woohoo.
So previously looked like this. And I worked on this one for, I've done about 650 stitches and we look like this now. See that cute little dapper girl? And you'll appreciate this, Jen. When I saw this in the picture, I was thinking, why is the Harbour Bridge up there?
Yeah, it does. It so looks like the Harbour Bridge.
But it's not. It's actually one of those balloon blimp things.
Ah.
Yeah, but it does look like someone sort of started to do the Harbour Bridge. I'm thinking, why is the Harbour Bridge in the 20s?
You've even got like the pylon at one end.
Yeah, it looks like the pylon at one end and a bit of land coming out under the other. So yeah. Anyway, really, really, really love doing these. So yeah, a little way left to go. And then the last piece I've done is the one that Jenny and I started together. We started our 29th of February Leap Day start, and we started this one, which is the Little House Neighbourhood. This one I did for many things this week, but one of the things was I had to stitch something that looked like a balloon shape. And if you look at those trees, they look very balloonish to me.
Yeah.
And also had to do something that was to do an unplanned purchase. We were just browsing through and found this, and then we discovered we both had it, so we decided to do it. Something around like a coconut, again, those little things in the trees. And then also something that was to do with, I feel like it was to do with friendship or something. If you look up the top, got those 2 little girls. So maybe I told you about this last week. I feel like I've said this before. So just so you know, Jenny, this is you.
Yeah.
And this is me.
Yeah.
And we lived in the same neighbourhood. So there we go. So there's a few other things I can do that for. It's got letters. So I did on that one about 860 something stitches this week, to add to the fact that I started it with 1258 last week, which means I did show you, but I didn't show Jenny. So that's where I'm up to.
Ooh.
I have a house and a tree. These houses have an awful lot of stitches in them.
Well, I've done 225 stitches on it since we started.
What's yours look like?
That much.
Cool. And you're going the opposite way to me.
I've also done that. There's little white bits in here I've done too, but then I was doing that late at night, and then the next thing in white was the sheep, and it's like, I'm not starting sheep late at night stitching white on a pale fabric.
No.
So what fabric are you doing yours on? Or is it nothing?
Mine is on a piece, I think it was a Crafty Leanie die. So it's probably a 28 or a 32 count even weave from Crafty Leanie. It's hard to see, but it's a very, very, very pale pink.
Uh-huh.
In fact,
and mine is, again, very hard to see. It's sort of mottly blue and brown. It is bought from JK's. Pole stitches Snowy Mountains 28 count Brittany Lugana.
Oh,
And I'm really liking stitching on it. I don't know if it's because it's a paler fabric or because it's a bigger count that it's easier than my Paris one.
mhm.
I'm not having to count and count again before I actually put the needle in so
That's
much.
good. Sometimes
So,
you need to have a nice, easy stitch. What
yeah.
else have you stitched on, Jen?
Well, I haven't done a whole lot more, but I have done a little bit more on my castle. So my Teresa Wentzler castle. Oh, no, there we go. Now the light's not shining on it. Sample. So I've been doing a little bit of the background in here, sort of setting up to start on people. So it is now looking like, there we go. So yeah, working down here. But I will be doing, oh, should we move on to, no, I'll wait till we get to plans, but I'll be doing some more of this for Magical Stitches monthly homework.
Okay. So that's all. That's all our WIP. So yeah. Well, I mean, we can jump straight to plans and then do a haul at the end.
Okay. Well, yes. So I've managed with this one for the Chernabog prompt. I'm still looking for something for O. Someone was suggesting I was going to count.
Hold it back up.
Hang on. I just need to put my finger in the right place. There's a lady here. I reckon she's playing a recorder. Someone else was saying maybe it's an oboe and I could use something else for R.
Yes. Or you've got ovals in the bottom corner.
Oh yeah, these bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I figured, I know you're not allowed to count individual letters, but because I've got the entire alphabet, I can count that for A. And because I've got all the numbers, I can count that for N.
Yes, that would make sense. And the other thing you could do is an O for an orator. Is there someone who looks like they're reading a story or something?
No, I've got the lady doing embroidery.
Yeah, she's not O.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I would say go with the oboe.
But then I have, and then do R for rocks.
Cool.
So yep.
That's good.
So that's it, that one. The one that's about vines. Well, I have my portrait of antique vines. If it's got vines in the name, I figure that will fit. And I don't have anything with a monkey or a
bat or a dinosaur.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything with any of those, so I might not do that one or do penalties. Well, I'm not going to do penalty stitches. I have enough trouble trying to do them as it is.
Don't do that one. That's fine. At least you're trying. That's good.
Yep.
Well, while you're thinking just on those two, I was actually going to do my Little House Neighbourhood for the vines because that border is a vine.
Yes.
So that was my plan for vines. And for my Chernabog,
yeah,
everything's on here.
Yep.
So we have got a church.
Yes.
We have got, I'm trying to find, we have got evergreen trees.
Yes.
There's a river. There is night.
Yep.
There's apples. There's a bird somewhere. The apples are in an orchard. And there is a girl or a grave. So I could fit it all into the village. This also worked for some homework this week that started with V for village. Yeah, so that's my plans for Magical Stitches monthly.
Well, mine, so C for castle, H for, I think, harp. Yeah, that there's a harp in there. E for embroidery. R now for rocks. N for numbers. A for alphabet. B for belt buckle, because this one is particularly prominent.
Yeah.
If I do O for the oboe and then G for gown, because the ladies are wearing gowns, so awesome. I can fit them all into my
and then we get a one because we put it all on one project, so that's pretty cool.
Yes. Yes.
And the other bit of homework, I haven't decided what I'm stitching on, but we have to watch a movie, Ratatouille, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, Aristocats or Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo,
Yep.
and just stitch while we do that. So whatever I feel like stitching on at the time, I'll do. I'm not even sure which movie. I'm sort of thinking maybe Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo because I haven't seen that for a million years. But I do
Well,
like
mine would be Cinderella, or what was the other?
Aristocats, Ratatouille,
Yeah, no, I don't have them.
Beauty and the
I have
Beast.
Cinderella.
You'll be
Beauty and
watching
the Beast.
Beauty and
I
the
have
Beast.
Cinderella and I have Beauty and the Beast. So if I do that one, it will be one of those.
I also have monthly homework for Shirl's closed group. So I have to do something that looks like a hotel building, and that was easy because the block I'm working on is the boarding house here. So I figured that was hotel building.
Yep.
A square border. Well, it has square borders.
Oh, yeah.
I have to do something which is a piece of furniture. I want to show you this one again. Oh, yep, it's on the right one. Amazing. And that one, my humans, because there's lots of pieces of furniture, but I originally thought of it because Mozart was sitting playing the piano,
Yes.
sitting on a stool. But
Yep.
then I figured the TV and the lectern are probably pieces of furniture too.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, so there's furniture. There's a piece of furniture in there. The friendship, so the Little House Neighbourhood, I talked about that. A piece that I feel I could teach a class on, and that one's a little bit annoying because I'm not working on anything complicated at the moment. They're all just really basic cross stitch, so any of them would do because I'm fairly confident I could successfully teach a class on cross stitch. But I would, which I'm doing one of my Victoria samplers because I'm good at the more advanced embroidery stitches too.
Yeah, and because it's a band, most of them are band samplers, that would work. Yeah.
And I do have one in my list to start, but I've started way too many so far this year that I need to get some work done on what I've started. So I guess I'll just be teaching a class on whatever cross stitch one I'm doing, or I could double dip, like not double dip, but use it twice. My most modern piece. And for me, that is one of my designs. So yes, I have launched. Be excited, Jan. Paddock Lane Designs has launched. It's on Facebook, so you can jump onto Facebook and have a look. Here you are, in case you want to see, because I'll try and put the link below, but I'm really bad at links. So I have my Facebook page. Down a bit. Paddock Lane Designs. That's how you spell it here. And you can check out. There it is down. You can check out my different posts that I've got. Just put up a post with each project, and what happens is when you click on the project at the moment, if you're interested in it, it will bring it up here, and you can see that you can actually buy it now by just clicking on the buy it now button. So at the moment my shop front is through my Facebook page. So if any of you are interested, then my blocks of the month have started to go. There's January, February, March, April, and August. May, June, and July are coming shortly before the month arrives. So yeah, it's exciting to get it started, and I do want to do some fabric dyeing too, but I've got to work out how I'm going to do that. But we'll get there, just small steps. So yeah, very exciting. So my plans this week is to try and find a bit more time to do some more designing. Hopefully I don't get too many calls into school so that I can spend some time doing designing. And yeah, work on those pieces. Plus, whatever else I have to do for Magical Stitches homework this week, which will get released in a couple of hours, and then I'll be able to talk about it.
Well, I was just thinking one other thing about teaching a class, you could also do your We Are Humans and have it not only a class of needlework, but history. If you want.
Yes, or I could do a class on how to stitch one of my designs.
That's true too.
So yeah, it'll be easy to find something. I've just got to bother to do it. The good thing is Shell hasn't given us homework this weekend, so we've got time to catch up from the last 2 weeks because she's been killing us. 600 stitches, plus you can double it up on 10 prompts.
10?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
In a week?
Well, 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay.
But that means there's nothing this week. So everything will be due, like I think one lot's due next week and one will be due the week after. But I always just try and do her work each week when she gives it. So yeah, so that's my plans. Have you had any haul this week, Jen?
No, well, one skein of thread, I don't think that counts.
Well, you never know. Well,
The last color I needed for the little house neighborhood. So
that's an
that was
exciting haul. It's haul, it's a boring haul. I got my Crafty Leanie fabric of the month. This one's called Bushfire in honor of the bushfires. Look at the cute little needle binder she gave me. But this is a nice orangey sort of color. Yeah, so I got that. That one's cool. I also got a little order from JK's because I needed some more Q snaps. I make mine, I buy an 8 and 11 and then I make them in half. So I got this one and this one because I'm working on so many projects at the moment. I needed more. So 2 new Q snap covers. And then I've also been talking about making them myself, but I haven't got around to it. Just the little pouches that you put your fabric in. So if you look at this one, see all that? Or my fairy tale, because it's huge. It's got so much excess fabric that you pop it in this little fabric pouch. I call it a nappy. And it just helps keep it all clean, and you can stitch away. You can see it just goes under the grime guard, holds it all in place. So I got 2 of them. That is my haul, because I'm being good and I'm trying not to have much haul because I have no money.
Yeah, well, I need to get some more grime guards because I only have one and it's an 8x8, so it's a little bit of a stretch to fit it on an 8x11.
Yeah.
And because it's got a little bit of extra material, but not enough. And I've been using the little curly, the little peely things, and they kind of work, but I keep bumping them and it falls off.
Yeah, they'd be better under the grime guard just to keep them safe. Well, I do also think I'll start doing some grime guards when I move, but it's another 5 weeks or so before I move, and I just can't do anything else till then. All right. Well, that's about all from me. Anything? You got something else, don't you, Jen?
Yeah. So I have an old finish. I don't know how old because it was before I started putting my initials and the date on it. But I've come across this again. And I was thinking that having seen the work that Taryn from Teaser Handmade did for Lisa's Stitches Retreat piece, that I might see if she can make me a project bag with this on it.
Cute. That would fit
So
beautifully.
That would work quite nicely.
Yeah, great. Well, I look forward to seeing it when it's done.
And the reason why I pulled that out was I have a cross stitching journal, one of those ones where you've got like a page per project to put the date you started, the date you finished, and pertinent facts about it. So I haven't done any stitching, but I have gone through and put all my previous pieces into that. Well, the amount of information that I could find at the time, I do need to do a bit more digging so I can fill in the rest of the blanks for some of them. But yes, I thought I need to start doing that because of like the sort of, I haven't changed how I stitch, but I'm now taking more notes when I start, how many stitches, all that kind of stuff. So I figured if I get the book up to date, then I can start adding my new projects in with the date that I start. And then, yeah, so I thought I needed to get that done. So it's not stitching, but it's stitching admin that was necessary. So
it is necessary. Oh, that's good. And you've been getting your reading all done too for the reading challenges.
Yes, I did manage to do all of the February reading extra credit. And most of it, like, I have lots of books, and so it was just a little bit of, okay, well, I borrowed Railway Man, the Eric Lomax autobiography from my dad, and one of the prompts was to read a book with a war in it. And so I'd already borrowed the book, and it's like, okay, well, I'll start reading that now, and then I can return it to my dad, and that's all good. Yeah, and I've been able to find, I know that your kids have got the Disney books, so you've been able to actually physically read them, but, or not. But I've found on YouTube The Kingdom Keeper ones, there's one person who's recorded all of those, or at least the first 4, I think. But he does it all in one big, huge, long video. And then I found another person who, well, she's done at least the first of the Evil Queen book that we've just done, but she does it chapter by chapter. Each one is a separate video. So that was kind of a little bit easier to stop and start. I could put it on in the car. Stuff like that. So yeah, so I've been able to, even those ones that I don't have, I've been listening to them. So that's good.
Awesome. Yeah, it's amazing what you can find on YouTube. All right, well, that's all for this week. So Jenny and I were just talking about the giveaway we're planning, and we're really close. I think we're currently at 466 subscribers. So we think we'll hold off on the 1 year Flossiversary till we get to 500 and have a celebrating a 1 year and 500 subscribers at the same time. So if you know anyone who'd like to listen to us talk about our cross stitch and see our progress, please encourage them to come and watch. We really do appreciate knowing so many people are interested in what we have to say and share. We love hearing from you. We love reading your comments, and I enjoy finding out if you've got floss tubes and going and checking you out too. So I'm going to actually ask you this week, if you have your own floss tube channel, would you please list it in the comments below so that Jenny and I can add you to our list of people to go and check out? We would really like that, wouldn't we, Jen?
Yeah.
All right, that'd be great. So until next week, happy stitching, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.